Welcome back, dear listeners, to the Ghost Queen's House of Horrors. Today, we will be reading You Are the Last Flight to Evacuate from the City. Read these rules before boarding. Written by Valkyria Trails. Emergency Evacuation Protocol issued by Capital International Airport Emergency Command Center. Distribution: Final batch evacuees, batches 15 to 17. Classification: Unclassified. Mandatory reading. To all passengers, if you are reading this document, two things are certain. First, you have collected your boarding pass and entered the designated waiting area. You are among the very last groups to be evacuated. Second, you are still human. They cannot read. As of the issuance of this document, T71H, our capital city has already fallen. The front of the gray tide has breached the outer parking perimeter and is about to hit the terminal building in 3 to 4 hours. Before this moment, 14 evacuation flights have successfully taken off, saving over 3,000 lives. Your flight is among the final sorties, numbered 15 through 17. The following rules are written in blood, based on the lessons learned from the previous 14 evacuations. Read them one by one. Follow them strictly. Board the last plane alive, and as a human. Rule number 1. Verify your boarding pass information now. Legitimate evacuation flight numbers follow the format EVA, followed by 3 digits, such as EVA 015. If your boarding pass shows any other format, or if the flight number changes after you have received it, report to the information desk in Hall B immediately. Under no circumstances should you proceed to the gate listed on an incorrect pass. The gate might not exist, or it might exist in a place you don't want to go. Rule number 2. Stay within the areas marked by blue fluorescent lines on the floor. These are safe zones, equipped with high-intensity floodlights and audio interference devices. The most effective known deterrents against Husks by now. Do not step outside the blue lines for any reason, even if you see someone you know standing just beyond them, especially if you see someone you know waving at you. Remember, husks come from the tide and are not human. If you respond to them, approach them, stare at them, or let them touch you, you will likely become one of them. Rule number 3. The airport PA system will not broadcast your name. All legitimate announcements use only flight numbers and zone codes, such as passengers for EVA 015, please proceed to security channel 7. If you hear a broadcast calling you by your full name, That is not us. Cover your ears, stay where you are, wait for the next official announcement. Rule 4. Security personnel will check your boarding pass periodically. Cooperation is mandatory. However, do remember, legitimate security personnel will never ask you to hand over your pass. They will only ask you to show it. If anyone, regardless of the uniform, asks you to physically give them your boarding pass, refuse and move away from that person immediately. Your boarding pass is your only ticket onto the plane. Losing it means failing the final boarding checks. We don't have time to describe what happens to those left behind in the coming hours. Rule 5. Always move in groups of 3 to 7. Husks rarely attack groups directly, but lone individuals have a near zero survival rate. If you are alone, proceed to Assembly Point C, which is marked in green, to join a squad. Please note, do not join a group larger than 7 people. This concerns the newly discovered sensory mechanism of the Husks. Simply put, excessively large groups will attract something worse. Don't ask what it is. You don't want to know. Rule 6. When following the signs to your gate, you will pass through a corridor designated as Connector 4. It is a 200-meter hallway and the only path between the waiting area and the gates. You may notice people standing motionless along the walls of the corridor. Don't look at them. Do not speak to them. Do not stop. Walk at a steady, uniform pace. Do not run. Running triggers their chase instinct. Just keep your eyes forward and keep walking. Rule 7. While traversing Connector 4, if one of your companions suddenly stops moving, don't touch them. Don't call their name. Don't look back. Keep walking. They are no longer your companion. Regarding the motionless people mentioned in Rule 6, they used to be passengers too. Rule 8. Restrooms in Terminal 3 are sealed. The sign on the doors may say available, but it's a lie. The tide infiltrates small enclosed onlit spaces first. If you must use the restroom, only use the facilities within the Hall B secure zone. Confirm there is security on duty before entering. If security is missing, do not enter. Rule 9. You may see family members or friends in the waiting area whom you are certain have already evacuated. They are not real. We repeat, any quote acquaintance you see in this situation is a replica created by Husks using a stolen appearance of a victim. They may even know your private conversations and memories. Do not approach. Do not engage. Do not hope. If they start charging towards you, calling your name, avoid getting caught at all costs. Run immediately to the nearest secure zone and maintain a distance of 5 meters. Rule 10. Count the members of your group every 15 minutes. If the number has increased, a husk has infiltrated your group. Do not try to identify it yourself. Quietly and steadily report to the nearest security personnel. They have specialized equipment. If the number has decreased, refer to Rule 7. Never go back to look for them. Rule 11. At the exit of Connector 4, you will enter the gate waiting area. The lighting here will be significantly dimmer than in the secure zone. You may notice the lights flickering intermediately. When the lights flicker violently, close your eyes. Count from 1 to 10 in your head, with a 2-second interval on each. Do not open your eyes before you finish counting, even if you hear someone whispering your name in your ear. Especially if you hear your own voice saying your full name. Open your eyes after 10. If the lights return to normal, you were safe. If the lights return but everything looks desaturated or grayish, proceed immediately to Medical Station 7. You are in the early stages of the gray tide infection. The treatment window is approximately 20 minutes. Note, during our 9th evacuation, a medical team successfully reversed such condition of 3 cases. If this happens, there is still hope, but immediately act first. Rule 12. From the secure zone to the airplane, your boarding pass will be checked 3 times. Once at the secure zone exit, once at the entrance to Connector 4, and once at the gate. Only 3 times. If someone demands a 4th check, that person is not our airport staff. Do not make eye contact. Walk around it and approach your gate from a different angle. Rule 13. When you hear the boarding announcement of your flight, verify with at least 2 other passengers that they heard the exact same message. If they also heard it, then it's real. Board as instructed. If they heard nothing, the broadcast was only audible to you. Ignore it, stay put, and wait for the next one. Update: if the boarding announcement uses your own voice, you may be in danger. Refer to Rule 3. Do not respond, do not obey. They are learning to mimic and replace you. Rule 14. The jet bridge connecting the gate to the airplane door is exactly 20 meters long. At a normal pace, this takes about 25 to 30 steps. When you step onto the jet bridge, keep your head down and count your steps. You have taken 30 steps and have not reached the cabin door. Stop immediately. Do not take another step forward. More importantly, never look at the end of the tunnel. Turn around, walk back to the gate, and line up again. Sometimes the jet bridge needs to reset. Do not try to understand what it means, just do it. Rule 15. Upon entering the cabin, find your assigned seat immediately. Sit down and do not change seats after. Seat allocation is not random. It is calculated for safety protocols. Incorrect seating may interfere with takeoff procedures. If you find someone already sitting in your seat, check if they are holding a boarding pass. If they have a matching pass, calmly call a flight attendant. It may be a system error, though this should be impossible. If they have no boarding pass, do not speak to them. Do not interact with them in any way. Press the call button above your seat. The crew will handle it. Rule 16. While the airplane taxis to the runway, the cabin lights will extinguish completely for approximately 90 seconds. This is standard procedure to divert full power to the engines for takeoff mode. During these 90 seconds, close your eyes. You may hear tapping from outside. This is not the ground crew. You may hear weeping, whispering, or someone screaming your name. You may feel something holding your hand. Do not hold it back. Do not speak. Do not open your eyes. Do not respond. The cabin is sealed. As long as you do not acknowledge them, they cannot enter. After about 90 seconds, the lights will come back on and the engines will roar to takeoff thrust. You will feel the force pressing you into your seat. Remember the sensation. This is the feeling of survival. Rule 17. By the time you read this rule, you will probably already know. As of this issuance, the gray tide front is less than 800 meters from the terminal building. The eastern section of Connector 4 is showing early signs of spatial distortion. Lighting stability is failing. The population of Husks has increased 5-fold in the last hour, and their mimicry capabilities are evolving faster than we anticipated. During the 12th evacuation batch, they didn't know how to blink. Now they do. You are about to face the most hostile conditions compared to the previous 14 evacuation operations. Rule 18. But read closely. Your plane is there. The fuel is topped off, the crew is ready, and the runway is clear. 14 planes have successfully taken off. Over 3,000 people have safely reached outside. You are not the first to face this, and of those before you, the vast majority made it out of alive. These rules work. We've proven it 14 times. You don't need to understand the tide. You don't need to be a hero. You don't need to save anyone. You only need to do one thing. Read these rules. Follow them one by one. Walk along the blue lines through Connector 4 to the gate, across the bridge, into your seat. Close your eyes and wait. Then open your eyes. You'll see the clouds. You'll see the gray city shrinking beneath you until it disappears behind you. You will make it out alive. Capital International Airport Emergency Command Center. Time of issue, Gray Tide Event, T7124. Alright, dear listeners. And that was the rules for evacuating the city. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe. And tune in next time for another wonderful episode. Sweet nightmares. And good night.